Well, this is something. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Now, this is a different video I've been doing. So, have you ever known about CreepyPasta? No? Well, I have. As a matter of fact, CreepyPasta has been around for a long time. Even when I was like little, a I heard it came out there. But I have read some creepypastas such as Jeff the Killer, Slender Man, The Rage, NES Godzilla, Sonic.exe. Yeah, there's so many you could think of. And there's even lost episodes creepypasta as well, such as Gumball and SpongeBob. So when I came across some Dragon Ball creepypastas, I was surprised by this. I didn't think about people are trying to make Dragon Ball scary, which does surprise me quite a bit. Well, actually, no, it surprised me a lot. I didn't even know people were trying to make something like that. So I'm not going to read the story. Instead, I'll be sharing my thoughts on the 4 stories creepypasta I have found. I could have found 5 because originally it was going to be 5 creepypastas I found, but the majority of them are Spanish. So I just found the ones that are English and ones that are, not too long or not too short. But yeah. So today we'll be sharing my thoughts about 4 creepypastas. I will link to the 4 creepypasta stories down in the description, but one of them, or even 2 of them, are not even creepypastas, but they may consider to be one. Anyway, let us begin. So in this story, the author was watching Dragon Ball because he's a huge Dragon Ball fan like everyone else. He was watching the Buu Saga, then he found an interesting lost episode that he never heard of. This episode takes place after the Cell games. Goku was, on the other world playing card games with King Kai. Then out of nowhere, Vegeta appears out of nowhere. The author was confused by this because there's no way that Vegeta could somehow teleport into the other world. Let alone that everyone's to know that if Vegeta's dead, they would know that. When Goku looks at him, Vegeta looks completely different. His face is like paled, like very paled. His eyes are pitch black with red bleeding eyes. Sounds familiar, right? Goku himself is confused too, but Vegeta just said, "You ruined me, Kakarot," and he just vanished right away. And then he appeared in Gohan's room. Gohan wanted to know what's going on, but before he can do anything, he was punched in the gut by Vegeta. However, Vegeta's fist went right through Gohan's stomach, killing him instantly, and then proceeds to ate his organs and intestines and stuff like that. Like, ate his heart and ate his head. So it's clear that Vegeta is a cannibal now, all of a sudden. Then he did the same thing with Chi-Chi. He appears in the lookout. Piccolo saw the whole thing with Dante and Popo. He attacks Vegeta. However, he easily grabbed his neck and then rip his head off. And then he proceeds to do the same with Dante and Mr. Popo. The author, having enough, he paused the tape. He asks his dad about it. Does his dad believe it? And what he does, he grabbed the tape, throw it outside, and ran it over with his car. And then the author will never watch Dragon Ball ever again since he's traumatized by the event. Now, what do I think of it? I'm not sure if Piccolo could even regenerate if your head is chopped off. I could be wrong though. The second thing is why didn't Piccolo tell the Sea Fighters about it? Or use the Hyperbola Time Chamber if Vegeta's doing this? As a matter of fact, Goku could have interfered if he asked Baba about using the time or, have his Earth Day for 24 hours, and he could put the stuff to Vegeta. As a matter of fact, I don't think Vegeta will even do something like this, but it's an EXE story, but I don't want to criticize it too much, so I'm not too interested in that. But it's a good story at least. I'll give them that. Now this is something similar to Vegeta's Revenge. So the author was looking for was going to the store, then he come across with a Dragon Ball VHS, and they have the same the front page, except that Yamcha was fading. He thought nothing of it, thinking that the cover was probably old or something. He purchased it and then went home with his friends. Like, he called his friends over, and once they did, they began to watch the tape. And the whole intro plays the same, or the opening, but it's just like the cover. Yamcha was fading. So this place takes place after Boo's defeat, which Goku was wondering where's Yamcha at, which Krillin said that he lost Yamcha, which everyone's shocked by this. Then out of nowhere, they heard a voice. All of a sudden, the TV turns pitch black, and then once the screen comes back, all the sea fighters were mangled, and Vegeta was crawling away. As Yamcha just stand there, just laughing, mocking the prince. Of course, the author and the friends are shocked by this and scared. And just like that, Yamcha appeared in the screen, look at them. But all of a sudden, their TV just splat out blood all over the floor. Then the TV turned off. Their friends were traumatized, so the author left them to sleep over. Later that night, they heard the TV's static noise. The author wanted to check it out, and out of nowhere, all his friends are dead, on the ground, lifeless. As Yamcha just stand there, the author hides in the bathroom, locking himself in. But Yamcha was in the reflection of the TV. No, the mirror. And then, the mirror shattered, splatting all over the author's face. Then, the author woke up in the hospital. He looks at the VHS he still has, and falls out the window. Turns out, when he purchased the DVD, he got run over by a car, but luckily survived. So all of that was just a vision or a dream. But later that day, the news came up saying that 3 kids have committed suicide of the Dragon Ball VHS that the kid has. So the VHS they have, it was the same VHS that the author has. Somehow these kids have gotten it and then watched it, and they all have committed suicide. The news report did not give a description of the photos that they have committed suicide at, but when the author checked the description says that Yamcha was standing on top over of many, many sea fighters' bodies. And that's the end. Again, this is something similar to Vegeta, but it's not that worse than that Vegeta one though. So I would say that it's okay, but blood coming up from the TP is kind of impossible. But again, I'm not gonna give it too criticism. So good work, and at least try next time. A story that actually happened. Now, this story is not actually a creepypasta. This actually happened in Dragon Ball Multiverse. So this person just actually turned like Cell's backstory into a creepypasta where Cell just brutally killed all the sea fighters, and it's just him winning the Cell games. So really, nothing really scary happens there. Dope. I was gonna make this video shorter. Technically not a creepypasta, but the way that they say it and the way how it sounds, it may consider to be one, at least in my eyes. And by the way, this is actually a Spanish video, but I found a YouTuber that translated to English, so good for me. So this author begins by saying that they used to watch Dragon Ball like a lot, and every like 4 months they always release a new Dragon Ball Z movie, such as like the Metacooler movie, the Android 13 movie, BoJack. Like, this often knows his Dragon Ball movies. However, at the time, they didn't release the Dragon Ball movie in 4 months later, which the author was confused by this. So they explained that there was a movie that was airing on only for Japan. So here's the following up of the movie. So it started with Goku, Trunks, Vegeta, Krillin, Gohan, Piccolo, just all relaxing in the Kami house until out of nowhere a random Saiyan comes, which I forgot his name. I apologize. He wants Goku to come with him to revive the Saiyan race, similar to Raditz how he comes. Goku refuses, the Saiyan gets angry and attacks Krillin, which Goku has enough, going Kaioken and fight him for seemingly like minutes, like 8 minutes. Then Ika, the legendary Super Saiyan, arrives, which the other Saiyans mentions it. She introduced herself as the legendary Super Saiyan and claims to be Goku's sister, more like Raditz again. Goku attacks her, but she's just too powerful because she's already in her Super Saiyan state. So Trunks appears, fights this random Saiyan, going Super Saiyan, and then able to kill him. Then Trunks and Goku both turn Super Saiyan 2v1 Ika, which the both of them seem to be equally tied until Trunks and Goku get the upper hand, since they're using more power and their teamwork skills, and they started beating the living heck out of her. She started spitting blood, her clothes are damaged. However, she wasn't using her full power, so she decided to use her full power, going 100%, and her musculars are big, like Broly. It's like she looked like she's a male, and she started beating the heck out of both of the Saiyans, even with their teamwork. The Sea Fighters want to help out, but they're also been thrown away like trash to her. But in the end, Goku asked everyone to give him energy, which they all did, but Vegeta hesitated at first, but later on he did. Goku went to finish off Ika with the same way he did to Broly, but she survived the punch. And then Goku has ended up blasting her to the sun with a one-hand Kamehameha, which just completely vaporized her to the sun. The kids were happy about this, but like not happy about a woman killed, but excited for the show because it was exciting. But for the adults, they find it disturbing because it's just a few guys beating up a woman, which they find it disturbing and offensive. So they banned their children from watching Dragon Ball, and like Toriyama's getting death threats and stuff like that. But he said that he didn't make the movie. Like Toriyama was the director of the movie. So because of that, they're able to stop airing the Ika, the legendary Super Saiyan, and replace it with Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. And then, as for the Ika movie, they either burn it or hide it somewhere, hoping that everyone will forget about it and think it was just a rumor and all that. Now, this story actually made me believe that this is real, but it turns out it was actually a fake story. But to me, it's a great story. I literally thought it was real, but it wasn't. But it sounds so detailed and everything that I thought it was real. I was like, did Dragon Ball really ask something like this? But it turns out it didn't. Well, thank goodness for that, because if they did, they could have get cancelled. But yeah, those are the 4 creepypasta. Again, the 2 of them, I won't even consider them, but it might as well be due to the details and grossly stuff they had. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do like me reviewing creepypasta and stuff, let me know in the comments below. I could do more if you guys want me to. Anyway, thank you. Also, no outro because this is a scary video.